9 years. That's how long we've waited for a 7 game series in the NBA Finals. It's been 9 years, y'all. And that was 2016. Man, what a series. And oh my goodness, what did I just watch occur in game six? Um, let's just go over general notes. The Pacers slaughtered them. I mean, out the gate, you know, looked a bit even. I'll say that. But Indiana started out really well, winning that turnover battle out the gate, and then Nemhard and Toppin hit two straight threes. Then Tyrese hit his three, and shit started hitting the fan for the Thunder, especially in that second quarter. Because TJ McConnell started to find the flow within the offense. Not to mention the way that Indiana has played defense on Shea has been changed completely. They're not full court pressing anymore. They're just picking up from right behind the 3 point line and then working their way. That allows Nemhard to still have his legs underneath him on the offensive side of the ball. And he shot the ball well today, man. I'm really happy with Nemhard's game today. Um in my notes, I basically have here that Halliburton found his shot again. Nemhard found his shot again. I don't think it was lost. It was just he wasn't taking as many shots. He wasn't being as aggressive because he didn't have as much energy. I mean, that's what happens when you're guarding the MVP of the league on the other end. On the other end, I mean, you don't have as much energy, right? So he was good. Then in the first quarter, Shea, J Dub, and Chet, the big three for the Thunder started off pretty well. I actually really liked how Shea started off the game. He was aggressive. J Dub started the game aggressive. Chet got to his finger roll early, but then that second quarter they started to get picked apart a little bit. Shea got to the line a bit in that second quarter. I want to say he still hit a fadeaway or two. He was still somewhat effective. J Dub was still somewhat effective too. But but first and foremost, the 3 point shot not falling for them did not help whatsoever. The Thunder were shooting 1 of 11 from three at the half. That's bad. That's 9.1%. That's really bad. You can't shoot that at half. And the Pacers were shooting way better at halftime. Um, is the game over? Yeah, it's over now. But like, you can't have your guys shooting 1 of 11 from three. I'm just trying to find the whole. Yeah, the Thunder shot 8 of 30 from 3 point range tonight, and Indiana shot 15 of 42. Yeah, that's a stark difference. Not to mention Indiana destroyed them on the turnover battle. I want to say OKC had 21 turnovers. Indiana had 10. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is probably the worst playoff game I've seen from this Thunder squad. Um, this was atrocious. They couldn't get into their sets. There was a point where nobody in the starting five had an assist in the second quarter, and that's just inexcusable. You have to move the ball. And there is a meme going around that the Thunder just run a cook that nigga offense, right? Like they don't move the ball at all, and it's just hey Chet, go at Miles Turner, cook him. J Dub, go at Aaron Nesmith, cook him, and they can do it. Don't get me wrong, they have the talent to do that, but you don't want to do that on every possession. Um, let's see. Alex Caruso provided decent minutes. He just his shot wasn't falling. He wasn't aggressive. Isaiah Hartenstein, I think he played pretty well. He just got I mean, he just got cooked by McConnell in a little sequence where McConnell dove on top of him, wrestled out a loose ball. Then on the other side, McConnell just boxes him out, grabs an offensive board on him. But my goodness, Hartenstein was no match for him. But outside that, Hartenstein played well. I'm gonna go back to the Pacers, but Tony Bradley has really been the backup five that the Pacers have needed. He stepped up in key moments. Um, he's been grabbing boards. He boxed out Isaiah Hartenstein pretty well. I just find it so surreal that the same guy the Pacers picked up on a 10-day contract back in March is providing key winning minutes in the NBA Finals before Embiid reaches the Eastern Conference Finals. I just have to do that, but Knicks fan. But like, yeah, Tony Bradley is getting buckets in the NBA Finals and he's playing good minutes. He's taking those back up 5 minutes. I think he's gonna run with them for the rest of. I mean, not for the rest of the series, for Game Seven. And yeah, going to that third quarter though, both teams. I only covered up to the third quarter. I kind of stopped taking notes after the third quarter because I knew it was kind of over. But both teams scored over 5 from the field. I want to say the Pacers scored their first bucket like 3.5 minutes into the third, and then the Thunder scored their first bucket 5 minutes into the half with a I want to say it was a Lou Dort three, and then they went on a little 8-0 run, and it was good because then it went to an 11-2 run, and then in the last 3 minutes or so, the Pacers went on a 15-3 run to just close it out. I mean, there was a point in the third quarter where the Thunder looked like they could make it a fight. They could afford a little bit, but my goodness, the Pacers just kept on hitting threes. Obi Toppin hit a big three on that end. I want to say he hit four threes tonight. But Obi Toppin hit a big three, timely three on that end. Um, I want to say Nemhard hit a timely three on that end there too. I mean, goodness gracious. Um, my mind is all over the place because I'm only thinking of plays. Oh, my bad. Going back to the second quarter, there was a play where Tyrese Halliburton didn't get a foul call on the offensive end, and he turns to the ref, complains, runs back, wrestles the ball out of J Dub's hands, runs, saves it, dribbles it, boom, no look, spinning dime to Siakam, and Siakam just yams it on J Dub. I mean, this was fun, free flowing basketball for the Pacers at all ends. And then Siakam hit a fadeaway shot to close out the half. And then at the end of the third, to close out that 15-3 run, the Pacers got an open three. Ben Shepherd hits an open three at the top of the key to extend the lead to 30 going into the fourth. It was 60-90 going into the fourth. And at that point, I was just like, okay, let me start getting this video ready because this is over. We're going to game seven. Um, let's see. Let me just go to the key takeaways. I think this is a momentum changing game. Um, Game seven is always a toss up. It's always who shows up that night. But this this type of win where you were up 30 points at one point. I mean, the Pacers had their biggest lead in this series in this game in this second quarter, and that was 12. That was 12. And then they ended up going up 30 later on in this game. This is th- there are shades of the 2016 series in this series, if y'all catch what I'm saying. Except this is not 3-1 comeback, but like game 6 was the game where um the Cavs buckled down, took advantage of home court, and dominated that game. It was a blowout. Game 6 was a blowout. It was close up until the end, and then games they just pulled away. But this team was able to just out the gate destroy and dismantle the Thunder from the second quarter. And I can't help but think that this does not bode well for OKC going home. I'll admit I haven't seen Shea is somebody who's always going to maintain his composure, but I've never seen Chet so worried in that second quarter because Isaiah Hartenstein threw him a lob and he just missed a dunk and you could just see that it was getting to him, that he's in his head a little bit. But I still do believe in this Thunder team, and this game seven should be amazing. But we finally got a seven-game series in the NBA Finals, and I'm just enjoying every second of this finals. Um, let's go keys for the Pacers to close this out. The bench minutes. It's always been the bench minutes. Always will be the bench minutes, and it's gonna be how aggressive the two stars are. Key for the Thunder. Shea cannot turn the ball over like he did tonight. Um, they just need to take care of the ball more. I want to say, let's see how many turnovers did Shea have? Shea had, oh Lord, 8 turnovers. Yeah, that is wow. Yeah, this was his worst playoff game, and it could not have come at a worse time. This is Game 6 of the finals. You cannot have 8 turnovers. I mean, yeah, man, y'all gotta take care of the basketball. The big three combining for 13 of the 21 turnovers is abhorrent. That should not be. Um, but yeah, y'all gotta manage the ball. Um, double big lineup minutes. I'm always gonna talk about it. I've said it's a championship lineup. I think it is the key to them winning this series. You have to control the boards if you don't want to let the Pacers get out and run their up tempo offense. But yeah, we need to see more of this double big lineup. The only problem is that it does affect the switchability. But if they can dominate the glass with the double bigs, they can win this series. I mean, they lost the rebounding battle tonight, 58-52. Y'all can't lose the rebounding battle and expect to win. And only 14 assists on the night. Yeah, this is not the best game from the Thunder. But I don't think they're gonna have this bad of a shooting night again, especially on their home court. So that should change up things for Game 7. And I don't expect some of the players to have the great shooting night they had on the Pacers side of the ball. Um, I think Obi can hit 2 to 3 threes next game, but he's not going for 7. 4 for 7 again. He's not doing that again. Um, yeah. But the keys to both these teams, bench minutes. Bench minutes are going to be key to close out this series. But I'll leave that to the preview for Game 7 because this is, oh, I can't wait for this one. This one's going to be good. 9 years for Game 7. We've waited 9 years for the NBA Finals to have 7 games. And we're finally getting it. But with that being said, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, follow, and peace.